Can a card game make you better at cybersecurity? We're going to play it and find out.
Secure Ninja.
I'm hanging out here at DEF CON with Shane and Gerard, and Shane has created an interesting board game. First of all, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. And Gerard, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Excellent. Thanks for coming in here, you guys, and setting this up and allowing me to sit down and play this with you. Tell me about this board game, Maelstrom, and why you created it.
It's based on cyber attack lifecycle, generally a common vocabulary like Lockheed Martin's attack lifecycle or kill chain. And other pieces that form the basis of the game are the attack framework by MITRE, that formed the attacker deck, and then a defender deck, which actually was developed as complements or opposite cards essentially to the attack framework deck. And then using an attacker life cycle, you get the choice of picking which attacker you want to be out of 12 in this case. And then also picking which act on objectives, like from an attack life cycle, which act on objectives you want as an attacker to achieve. And the progression is spelled out on the attacker cards. So if you pick up one of these attacker cards right here, you'll see that there's the phases of which the card as an attacker card can be used with how many progressive steps you can proceed through that attack life cycle. And then with strategic play, possibly how much of a budget you might need as an attacker in order to go through and achieve your act on objectives. And that same type of methodology holds through with the defensive cards. And as you can see here, there's a degression through progression, and then also a which phases you can use each of the cards in, as well as cost. So it's meant to simulate the give and the take between the attacker and defender, and also meant to help educate, demonstrate, and evangelize outwardly to the community as to what the attack lifecycle looks like, how attackers and defenders can strategically play against one another, and then also how you can take this back and try and break down your own the events that you've seen yourself, and see what forms of give and take you've had between your own attack and defense life cycles. With the give and take between one attacker or defender, you can really start to understand and build out your defensive strategies as a defender or your attack strategies as a pen tester. This is, there's been a few pen testers that played the game, and they've seen some things in the game that they didn't think of putting together and creating their own, attack life cycle for whatever their act on objectives may be as the pen tester.
So it helps to give people new ideas and expand their minds when it comes to what they can do. All right, so how do we start?
So right now, I'm going to give Gerard here the attacker chips. So he's picking who he's going to be out of these 12 threat actors. And I'm not going to see what he picks, just like the real world. Gerard picks the act on objective out of 12 act on objectives here. All right, so the next stage is we're going to play tactical, so we get to pick our cards. And there are 3 different versions of the game. One is easy, where the cards are dealt to you, but that's not as much like real life. Tactical is more like real life, but if you play strategic, which is with budgets and money, it starts to feel like you're actually doing your job, and that becomes a little too much like real life. So we play kind of the tactical realm and occasionally the strategic realm when we're trying to figure out how much it costs to attack or defend in this particular situation.
So I'm going to play host enumeration card for the reconnaissance phase. So what I'm doing is I'm going to go take a look at your company, take a look at your websites, take a look at all the people that work for you, join them on LinkedIn, and say, hey, I want to know you guys. Look through all their profiles. Based on their profiles, I will do host enumeration by finding out what operating systems are inside your thing, what versions of databases you have, all those things, so that when I move into the weaponized phase, I'll have all the proper tools to pawn you. So I'm currently friending all your admins, getting to know them,
And that's how it starts.
Exactly.
All right, so you've started. All right. I'm going to pass. So we normally write down our activities, and I'm passing on your enumeration.
Okay. So now that I know all your people out there, I'll grab a bunch of them that have significant others. And what I will do is I will pawn your significant other's computer without you knowing, hoping that you guys actually share computers at home, or she gets on your computer without you knowing, or you guys might share computers. So this is what this card does over here. So basically it's another recon card where I found out who all his Facebook friends are and things like that. And I go, hey, this guy's girlfriend here, why don't I just send her a phishing email? She'll open it because she's not one of us.
Okay.
And, before she knows it, she's phished. I'll put something on their shared computer, and from there, I might be able to move laterally by doing something like maybe corrupting his USB or something like that before he even knows what's going on.
Okay.
So that moves me 3 in. 1, 2, 3.
It's too bad that my significant other is smarter than the average bear, and she actually has some false enumeration and owner information within her laptop that is running something other than a shared space. She knows much better than that.
Okay. How much did I go back by?
That's -1.
-1?
Okay.
Okay, so I noticed something about your admins. When I'm talking to them, I find out things like, hey, we share all the same admin passwords. We share that stuff. We're just one big happy company.
Great.
So, here we go. Windows shared web root. Yeah.
You could play that one as
1,
recon.
2, 3. I'm now weaponized.
So he's exited a phase into weaponize.
Once I've gotten a lot of information out, and I've got some I'm still in the weaponized phase out here. I'm like, hey, I smell blood in the water. So I'm gonna say, hey, Alicia, you wanna come here and join up? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do multiple footholds. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna split into 2 pieces our game. So I'll be able to bring you in as an attacker with your own objectives and your own. So basically, I just said, hey, found this weak company. You guys want in? And you can pass the deck over there so she can have her own objectives.
So you're actually allowed to multiply your
Oh, yeah.
your force.
So if you take a look at the card and read the card. Now.
These are interesting.
Yeah.
The original Lockheed Martin framework had a few act-on objectives. They were expanded through consultation with myself and a number of other companies. So as a result, we decided that we would
Put that down in the middle.
try and use those as the additional cards and the additional concepts to the attack lifecycle.
Yeah. Well, you might want to pick out which chip for who you are. You're going to be script kiddie level, or you're going to be pro level, you're going to be nation state.
Right. I'll read some of these.
Yeah.
Freelance spy, corporate spy. So here's my act on objective. And here is what I am acting as. And this is a nod to my good friend, Jay. All right, where did I put this?
Reconnaissance Phase.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so I've chosen my 10 cards, and I've decided the first card I'm going to play is Lateral Movement, access to remote services with valid credentials, because you have, as part of my team, you've given me the credentials to access these remote services. Yep. Okay, so where do I put this?
You can put this right here, because that's one of your cards.
All right.
Whoa.
Whoa.
You're almost caught up to me.
Oh, I wasn't looking yet. I guess you could choose based on that, too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I wish I could help you out here. However, there were no mitigating controls in place on the device you laterally moved to because it was running a honeypot.
Okay, I'll let you play that one.
Oh, okay. That's a -4, so I'm sorry.
Oh, so I'm going back.
Don't worry.
Oh, I'm not worried.
Go in there. Okay, since we're already in there, since I'm there and I'm inside your network now, hey, why don't we just do this? Why don't we just start enumerating your Active Directory? Slowly, look at that. Uno.
Windows host account group enumeration with fake SID 500s. -1.
Don't worry. We'll still be back. We'll be back.
Well, it's her turn now.
Yeah, it's your turn now. Okay. Oh, here we go. Let's go with this one over here. So, she figured out that was a honeypot, and she hits your real VPN server. +4.
So we're jumping ahead a little bit. This represents about an hour of gameplay, and a lot has happened in the last virtual hour. Where are you right now? In jail?
I got busted. He called the cops on me, so as an insider threat, I was taken to jail, but you bailed me out.
I did.
Now I'm teaming up with you to take him down.
Excellent. We still have our initiative, and we're getting towards the end.
So it's your move.
And I've got my very last card, and it is the lateral movement, persistence. So I'm going to make a lateral movement through persistence, etc. But it's going to appear as normal activity. So I'm basically going to send out a signed email from his account saying something extremely, not incriminating, but embarrassing or whatever, so I can reach my goal of blackmailing you. And this is all because I'm a hacktivist. I'm actually the jester.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And you're my Tango down.
I am Tango down. Tango down.
So I won. Well, what really happened was I learned a lot about this game and all of the capabilities that it could really give someone just from playing it. I mean, I learned so much about how actually I might hack something. So I can see how a professional hacker would not only learn a ton, but, open up their mind to different problem-solving skills. And it's a really well-designed game.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. And the idea behind it was also to help inform and train defenders on attack, as well as to train defenders on more effective strategies, which is really the key and why I put it together. So we can have a true give and take between the attacker and defender, because the best game is one that has a no balance, no win scenario, as opposed to always losing or always winning.
Right. Yes, and I definitely misspoke about that. It's not to make attackers better. It's to make the defenders learn to be better attackers, so then they can actually learn to be better defenders, which is always the goal in ethical cybersecurity. It's true. Well, thanks so much for sharing this with us. And we can't wait to watch how it progresses and what you do with it. And thanks for helping me out in this. Yep. Sorry you ended up in jail.
I know, but thanks for bailing me out.
Absolutely. Anytime, just give me a call. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh, where can people find out more about this game or kind of like track its movement or
so
hands on it?
I have a Twitter handle up there, so Cyber Maelstrom. So hashtag Cyber Maelstrom, or tweet me, Cyber Maelstrom, follow Cyber Maelstrom. And then there is a GitHub out there with the information in the background for the game, the PowerPoint that I gave at DEF CON. And there's also a set of information that you can use to kind of look at the game and see somewhat what the cards are in the background of which pieces you might want to use or play or modify for yourself. And that's on github.com/maelstromthegame/DEFCON24.
Okay, awesome. We'll put that link in our video description. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We hope you've enjoyed this episode from DEF CON 24. Leave us a comment below and let us know what you thought of the episode, and also if you were at the conference this year or if you intend to go in the future. Also, if you haven't subscribed to SecureNinjaTV, be sure to do so with the red subscription button below, and we'll see you in the next episode. I'm Alicia Webb. Bye.